Hi everyone, this is Lynda with icrafter. I'm going live a little early today, 2 minutes early. Seems to be my routine, a 2-minute thing. And I just did this so that I could get everything in sync. And I'm just gonna chat. Nothing exciting going on for the first few minutes. So this is because I figure people are trying to get on, find this. So I'm just going to chat a bit. I hope everyone's doing well in this hectic time pre-holiday. I want to thank everybody for joining me, whether on a recorded. Will, hi Will, hi Amanda, hi Melissa. Oh my gosh, thank you all for joining me. I had said I was coming on a little early so that I could test all the system, and it's working. And so I don't want to waste everyone's time, but I'm just kind of working up to it. So I also have something I'm just going to share. Thanks, Will. I'm just going to share something while I'm waiting for a few people, more people to join. This sounds really funny, but I was getting ready to do, dress up in Christmas red and all that. And I haven't worn, I'm going to turn this down because I want to share something. I'm a big vintage collector-y person. And a few years ago, I made this. It is a bracelet made out of vintage Bakelite and early plastic buttons. And they're all sewn on there. So I just wanted to share it because I think it's too much to wear while I'm working because it will make a lot of noise. But I mean, look at those buttons. They're all buttons. They're sewn onto a stretchy store-bought bracelet. But I just love vintage buttons, so I wanted to show people. I spend a lot of time making this thing, so I'm just gonna show this off. Yeah. Okay. So I guess people are here. So enough with the fun and games. Let me turn it back. Just wanted to share that. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yes, we are making something interactive. I'm going to make 2 cards today. They are both die designs by Lori Whitlock, but I wanted to show how you can use them for Christmas ideas. So let me get ready to show the first one. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me turn the camera down now. Anyway, hi everyone. So this is good by Lori Whitlock. And she has it designed to be a Valentine theme, but I wanted to make it into something that is Christmas themed. So it sounded like a fun idea, and I thought, let's make something really fun and crazy. So I did a quick tutorial on how to assemble this box card, and I realized I left off a step when I was doing that. So I kind of caught up with it and will show it in a bit. But right now, let me do this. So this die makes these adorable mailboxes, but I cut it out of a printed cardstock. This is the main piece. There's also shapes to make. This is the embellishing piece. There's a ton of things in the jar right now, but I'm going to show how to assemble it first, and then I will show what I'm going to make with it. So you will need, I think all we'll need is adhesive. So let me go ahead and get going on this. When you die cut this shape, this is the main mailbox part, there are crease lines. I don't know if you could see them here. There are crease lines on both sides. So you want to fold 2 of them folding back and 2 of them folding forward. because you're going to see it from one direction pretty much. And thank you all for joining me. I don't know if anyone else out there is a big vintage collector, but I love vintage items, and so that was what the bracelet was about, if anyone saw that. So, okay, so this is going to be the back of our card. This is going to be the front of our card, and it's the mailbox card, so it kind of looks obviously like a mailbox. So this is going to be the front embellishing piece, but I'm going to do some other things with it. I want to put on, there's going to be a little Santa on it, so I have all the pieces there to make my little Santa, and that comes from the Impossible Box Christmas add-on. So it's a Santa here, just to let you know. So I'm mixing and matching dies, and then I use lettering from the Alphanumeric Heather Lower set. So this is all the beautiful font. So I have the letters right there, and I am, oh, and there's part of Santa there. I'm going to have it say, let's see, it's going to be the North Pole Mailbox, and I could have put, there is, I just love this font. It is so pretty. If you put everything together or touching each other, you get something that looks pretty much like a script font. So I will move this over, and you can see I'm also going to use my tweezers because these little letters are going to go everywhere if I'm not careful. And here's a little trick, which I assume everyone knows, but I'm still going to say it, is that when you're doing letters like this, you want to start from the center and work your way out, if that makes sense. So in this case, I'm going to start with the letter L, and I want to do this, I apologize, I'm going to try to do this kind of fast because I do want to get through 2 cards today, because I just had so much I wanted to play with today. And we're getting close to the holidays, so I wanted to just do something, get a lot of cards in there. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, Will, you love vintage. Cool. Yeah, I collect too much vintage. I'm trying to cut back. I have vintage Christmas like crazy, and I have world globes, and I love vintage world globes, and obviously I have buttons, which don't make sense to a lot of people unless you love vintage buttons. So, okay, let me do that. So here's where you want to start from the middle with the R so that it stays kind of centered. And I could go fairly low so I have room to put my Santa later. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm just so thrilled I was able to get my YouTube. I know it was kind of lost. Oh, cool. Wearable vintage items. That's cool, Will. Is everybody crafting out there? I mean, I know it's kind of hectic, but just kind of a fun time to get really festive on crafting and being with family, and it gets a little crazy busy, but and so okay, so I'm almost done with the words. And again, it makes sense to do this before you glue it all down. I hope that's straight. Oh yeah, okay. So North Pole, and then I'm going to put together my Santa. And again, this comes from the Impossible box, and I already put the eyes on my Santa because those little pieces were just getting everywhere on me while I was trying to get them cut out and organized. So on this little triangle piece, I'm building my Santa here, his little pink nose. Oh, how fun! Get in your tree, Amanda. That's cool. Oh, okay. So this is great. Melissa's saying she has a tip for placing the letters, and that is excellent, Melissa. That is brilliant. Yes, very clever. So if you have washi tape available, that is a brilliant way to do it, is to lay it out with washi and then pick it up and stick it down. Okay, I just did something that I am going to, let me show this. So this is going to sit here, and I want to put Santa here. So let's glue him down first. I kind of did that early. I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive down there. I'm going to glue him down. And I'm just kind of, to be honest, I decided at the last minute I want to do Santa's face on here, so I'm going to add it on there, and we're going to glue his face right there. So you know that Santa's going to get your little letters in this envelope, and there's also a little pom-pom to do the top of the card, or top of his hat, just like that. Okay, so now this is ready to add on to the top of the front of the card, or the mailbox, I should say. So you could, there's several ways you could, of course, adhere this down. I'm just going to quickly do that and center it on the front. And again, this die was, Lori had it more of a Valentine theme, which would be so cute to get Valentine cards in here. But I stopped and thought about it and thought, well, Santa gets letters too. So it just made sense to make it a Christmas theme. So, and you could tell I'm kind of rushing through this, but there's a front. On the sides, and the sides that will be sticking out, we'll just put a little adhesive on there and stick that down. Now you can really embellish it a lot more than what I'm doing, but I just wanted to show a fun way to do this for a Christmas theme, so that there are tons of other things you can do. Don't just think of it as for one idea, if that makes sense. Okay, now when you're ready, you want to add some adhesive. Did I see Lauren? Hi Lauren, thank you for joining us. Okay, so I just put adhesive on that side, and laying it flat, I'm just going to glue that on, and then laying it flat the other direction, I'm just going to put some adhesive on here and close that off. Now I want to show, I did something else that was a little different here. If I could find the piece. Okay, so because this is a tunnel card, or a box card, I'm sorry, a box card, it doesn't have a bottom. but I wanted to give it a bottom. So I cut this piece out and I did the measurements. It's 3 3/4 inches wide by 1.5 inches high. And then, I don't know if you could see it, I scored a 1/4 inch on all sides. So it's a 1/4 inch on all sides. Now, and this is just, now I don't have my scissors. There they are. Okay. So what I'm going to do now that I cut this piece, I'm going to cut out these little corners, and I'm cutting them slightly at an angle, and so they have room to fold in a little bit. And I'm just cutting the corners. And so basically what I'm doing is I am making a bottom for this, because I want it to literally be a box. So there's what it looks like. Again, that was 3 3/4 by 1.5, and it's going to go on the bottom, and I already creased it on my scoreboard. So I am just folding everything so the pretty side is outwards, and I shall give it a good push with my iPress burnisher. And so I wrote the dimensions on it, but of course, if you make this with the bottom, don't write the dimensions. That's just something I did. So now what I'm going to do is put some adhesive on all of these tabs, and you could probably put this on your card, on this box card, before you assemble it like this, but I just wanted to show how it assembles, and I'm just going to squeeze it in there. It just fits inside, and it is, I'm making a total mess. I realize that. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do one side at a time. And I'm just doing this because I want it to be a box, literally with the bottom. So I just kind of placing it together, building it into a box with the bottom. And this is where your iPress burnisher comes in so handy. I can't see in there at the moment, but I'm just pressing it down and making the bottom of the box. Okay, so I assume it's in there. I would say do it much more neatly than I'm doing it, but that's what I'm. And then here's a little flag that comes with it. Now you could poke a hole so it can move about, but I just did it as it came, and I'm putting a little bit of glue on there. So I'm going to put that up. So there is your little North Pole Santa letterbox, but since we're talking letters, I made a whole bunch of our animalope envelopes here, and I'm missing one somewhere, but these are, I'm going to make little envelopes to go into our envelope. There it is. I don't know. It's here somewhere, but so basically the envelopes do not need to be animals when you're making them. They can be little mini envelopes. Now here's the thing too, if you're doing the animalopes, is that when you cut it, you kind of have to think about which way the pattern's going, because when it folds up, and I'll show you how it goes, you want at least the main flap that will show to be this correct direction. And I'll show you what I mean, because here, when you fold this one, he's going to be upside down. So when you have a directional die or cardstock like this, and you're doing the animalopes, you do kind of have to think it through before you get there, before you die cut it, so that you're going in the right direction. So, and when you have a all over pattern, you don't have to worry about it like this one. And you just fold these pieces down, and you see you're making cute little you're going to be end up making cute little envelopes. And they will be, let's see, did I show? I didn't show the packaging for it. This is the animalopes, and they make these cute little animals, but they also just make cute little envelopes. So what I'm going to do, and I had a third one here because I did 3 tops. It's here somewhere. Don't know where. Kind of frantically putting everything. So I'm going to mix them up. They don't have to have the same colored top as they have on the bottom. So I'm just kind of deciding that's cute, but then I want to do, yeah, okay. So to do the animalopes, you want to fold the sides in, okay? And then this is going to go on top. And you can see what I mean about having, die cutting a one-way pattern upside down, so that this panel is the most important, that it's facing the right direction. So to adhere it, you just want to put a little bit of adhesive here and in the corner here. And the cute thing about these animalopes is that they fit gift cards. So I'm going to do that one like that. And again, when it doesn't matter which direction the pattern goes, or it's an all-over pattern, you don't have to worry about this. And what I would suggest is, how cute would that be to have it, this little box sitting somewhere, and as guests arrive, or family members, you have little cards in there for them. So when you get to this part, you want to add a little adhesive along this top flap, and this piece will fit right along the top. I guess this is probably the easiest way to do it. And I'm mixing and matching. You can use the same cardstock, obviously, to do the front flap, but it really doesn't matter. I wanted to do something oops, I need to let the glue dry a little bit. How big is the envelope? The envelope fits a gift card, but do you want it in centimeters? Inches, it's 3.5 by 2.25. In centimeters, it is, what is it, millimeters? 87 millimeters, is that right? By 57 millimeters. That makes sense. Okay, so now you have these cute little envelopes. Now, let me show you this one. This I had to do again the same way. It was a one-way pattern, so when it closes, I had to think about which way the pattern was going to go. So that is just going to be one of these things that, oops, you just want to think about if you have one-way patterns. One thing I need to show too is you will notice that although the front of this Santa card was the right direction, on the back it is backwards. So it's, if you're doing something where people are going to see this, you might want to put a label over here. Or the other thing too is maybe a one-way pattern is not the best thing for these animalopes if you're giving it away as an envelope in a card. So you can see Santa is perfectly situated there, but he is upside down on the back. So that's just kind of a hint about if you use one-way patterns. So this is, there's a couple of envelopes, and you can see it does fit a gift card, but how cute is that to fit inside your North Pole mailbox? So these were little extra pieces, and somewhere is another envelope, but this is just an idea to use the mailbox box card. And you just put a bottom on it so it closes up, and that's one project. So now that I made a mess here, second project, thank you. Oh, I did want to explain one thing. Okay, when I did, like I said, I did a video where I did a quick assembly to show how to assemble the standard box card. And someone asked me on the front of the packaging, it does appear that there's another layer in there. And they asked, how do you do that? So I just wanted to show, because I didn't explain it in the video, but I wanted to show you would cut another of the main pieces, and then I just measured 1/2 inch on each from each side. So you could just cut that off and cut that off. And now what I would recommend is folding one back and folding one forward. And this is just an optional thing if you wanted to do, and I wanted to just show how you could do that center panel. You do want to, well, let me also explain. It's a good thing to fold it forward and back both ways. It makes the folding much easier, but when you glue it in, it's nice to have one facing one direction and the other facing the other direction. Oh, thank you. Okay, so when you do this, you could add adhesive before you finish it off, and you want to just stick it in there, and what happens is it creates a center panel in there. You would glue the sides on, and it would just close up like a regular box card, but you would have that center panel. I'm not going to glue it down because it's better to do it while it's not fully assembled, but I wanted to explain that again. So you cut off 1/2 inch on each side, you fold it both ways, and then you do one forward, one back to just stabilize the whole thing. And then when you adhere it inside, there you go. You have the center panel in there. So I just want to explain that since I had that ready to go. Let me go ahead and show the next project. And this is another fun one. This is the box card truck hearts. And this is also by Lori Whitlock, but it creates a box card, but it's this cute little truck. And again, look how cute it is for Valentine's. But I wanted to show it more for a Christmas theme, of course. So let me go ahead and get the truck pieces. And I think there's 2 of these truck pieces here. You will need, so that's the main part of the truck. There are these 2 sides that make it into a box card. There is a center section, but we'll alter this slightly. So let me go ahead and set this aside. We'll do that, all these pieces later, and I want to make sure I have, okay. So to do the truck, what we want to do first is on one of these, we want to cut off the across, see where it notches right here, here and here. We're going to cut across from there. So I'm just going to, I did a quick video showing how to do this, and I didn't draw a line, so it came out a little crooked, and I wasn't too happy with that. So this time I'm going to draw a line, cut it straight, and there you have, and you don't need this part. So you have the back end of the truck, and you have the front end of the truck. That makes sense. We are going to embellish all the pieces before we assemble everything. So back end of the truck, I wanted to do it in a nice Christmassy red. I kind of wanted to do it in pinks, but then it looked too Valentine. So it will be, again, kind of a Christmas theme. So oh, they don't do a lot of trucks in the UK, huh? So, okay. So I'm just going to glue this down on the back end. This is the back end of the truck. And you kind of want to go a little bit higher to the top than to the bottom because you still have the bumper. Just remember the bumper has to go on there. So that's the truck bed, or the part of the truck that you, the door. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I cut silver out of the out of silver cardstock, and that's going to be our bumper. But when you glue it down, it hangs over a little bit, so you don't want to add adhesive to the very ends of it. So, okay. So, I left the ends a little open there, and that goes right along the bottom there. Aligns up. Okay, and a little better centered. It is just a little wiggly on me. Okay, and I'm going to hold that down because it was a little wiggly. Then you also want to cut 4 of the tires, which personally I think this was a brilliant way of doing this truck, because if there is someone who loves vehicles and you're making this card for them, they are going to appreciate the fact that there's 4 tires, because trucks have 4 tires. So what you can do is just add some adhesive down here, okay, and then just attach these. So we're just going to make the tires on there, and there, and then you want to do it on the front of the truck too. So just having just a fun way to decorate a truck. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, really? Thank you, Will. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is I want to show what we're going to do with the center part. We are also going to trim this off because we need the width of it, but we don't need all the hearts. And this is the thing about these truck or these box cards. You can just, like, I'm adding this piece because I wanted the support, but I don't need the hearts, so I'm going to toss that piece. It does come with little side panels here that to glue forward and back. Again, it's the same thing. Thank you, Will. Will's great. You got my back, man. Okay, so these little pieces are going to be the sides that make the truck, the box part of it. And if you look at it, there are vertical fold lines on each side, and just like any other box card, you want to fold it forward and back, and you want to make sure you do a good crease with the I-press burnisher again. And I know this takes a little bit of time with these little fiddly pieces, but it does make a difference when you have the finished card, that it does fold, moves back and forth very nicely when you have it folded like this. So these are the side pieces. This is the backward. Oh, we didn't finish the back part yet. I just did a light pink license plate frame, if that makes sense. And I just had so much fun coming up with this one. It was, you could put whatever you want in this license plate area. I also have, okay, then I have this lighter red. I have fenders. Can you guys, oh yeah, you can see that they're 2 different colors. That was kind of the weird thing about doing 2 shades of red if it's standing out. So these are the back end fenders, and let me show you the photo. Okay, so it's these parts that are sticking out here that are the cute, I don't know, they're little chubby wheel wells. So you want to put that in there now, and before you assemble everything together. So it just, there's a line on that shape that kind of situates it. So you just want to glue that in on that part. I don't know, let me come in a little bit. Okay, so you just want to glue that and add a little adhesive here. And thanks, Will. And we're going to add that there. Okay, so now we're getting the back end fairly well assembled. We do have, and see if I can find all of them. We have taillights. We have mirrors. We have, let me see what else I have in my little cache of designs. These go on, oh, let me finish putting these on. These are little, there's a shape to create little side view mirrors. I mean, how cute are these? Again, I just cut it out of shiny metallic cardstock. And the same shape. Okay, so the same shape also has a larger and a smaller piece. I'm going to do a, can you see, oh, barely see that. Okay, so the larger round circle for the tail, outside of the tail light, and then there's a little inside circle for the inside of the tail light. And these are going to be just, okay, this is where our reverse tweezers are absolutely amazing. You can use it to hold your little piece there, and while you add some glue, okay, and then just add the other piece onto it. Actually, would be nice to have two of them. Okay, so need this. I click die pick to center it. Okay, does that, can you see that? So I have white on the outside and silver on the inside for my tail light. Okay, and I'll set that down for now. Let that dry for a second. Again, and I absolutely love our reverse tweezers because it does create an extra pair of hands if you need it. And as crafters, we all know there are times when you just wish you had like delicate little fingers to grab things like that. And then it's flat head also gives you a wider surface. So there are my tail lights, and I will add them on and show you. Okay, so here's a tail light. You can see the silver surrounded by white. Okay, and then I'm going to add some adhesive. Oops, I'm off camera. Adhesive on the back of it, and it's just going to sit probably right. Let's see. Oh no, come in a little bit. So right on the corner there. How's that? Okay. Same thing. Am I doing this? So I'm really trying to finish off the back end of the truck before I assemble anything. So let's see. Okay, so that's the back end of the truck. This is the middle piece. These are the side pieces. And here is the front. So now we're ready to assemble the truck together. Now, what you can do is turn one inwards, okay, and we're going to attach it here. So you can you see that? I'm going to align it. It's folded down, and I'm aligning it to that side. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to take the fold, add some adhesive. How is everyone doing out there? I use, glue-wise, I use PVA glue, and It's not exceptionally tacky, but it is a bookbinding glue, so it is just the right amount of tackiness, I guess is the right word, of and just holds everything beautifully. I can't say enough about this glue. So at this point now, we can add the center piece here. Now you can do one of two things. Let me see. They don't really show it on the card. What I like to do is use these tabs as a measurement. So if you, let's see, if you put it like that distance of the tab, it will be, it will be consistent on both sides. So you can also put it right in the middle. Oh, I'm off camera. You could also put it right in the middle, but there's, you may miss it on the opposite side, the exact location. I'm also going to flip it so the straight side is on the, so the straight side is on the top. So let me show what I'm, okay. So I have the little tab there, and it is a set dimension. So I'm going to set it in from the fold. Let me show you again. Okay, so the distance of the tab on this piece, crossbar, is in from that fold. Do you see that? So now when I do it on this side, I can also fold it up this way, and it'll be the exact same distance on this side. And you just want to fold it in like that, and it will be the same distance. Okay, so now we have to do the back of the card, or back of the truck. So I'm going to put adhesive on here and fold it flat. And now you want to glue on the piece that is the truck bed and not the fender. Okay, and you want it straight. Okay, and you obviously you want it to dry, but I'm going to flip it over so I could keep working. And now when we get to this side, I will put adhesive down again on that tab. Can you see that? And close off my truck. And I can tell I'm going to have a flat tire here because it's off camber. Oh well. Again, I'm showing it really fast. Please take your time when you do these so it's like really nicely done. So you can see that this crossbar is very close to the front. Okay, that was so that it was straight. You can move it back if you want. In fact, I might do that if it's still wet enough. I think I want it back a little bit more. Okay, it obviously is still wet enough. And I'm doing this just because after doing that, I decided, I made the executive decision that for what I'm doing next, I need it more centered in the truck bed. So I'm going to do that. And it may not be perfectly centered, but at least it gives me a little more room. Okay, and fold that down and fold that. So I'm just kind of doing this and let it dry. And this is getting, oh, thanks. Oh, you make books too. Good grief, Will. So, okay. So then just close that up. And we're pretty much done with the truck part. As far as I'm going to go with building the truck, you can of course add lots of different things. I kept it solid colored cardstock because I wanted the next part is what I'm going to decorate more to make it. So in thinking about trucks at Christmas time, I decided it's going to be bringing home a tree. So this is from her, the Lori Whitlock, Christmas tree scene pop-up die set, and there's a tree in there. So I just die cut the tree because it was a great scale to go with the truck, and so the tree is going to be in the truck. And now it is obviously too big to fit in a standard card or standard envelope, but I just thought that's so cute. And the tree can also be inked. I think it would be so cute to ink it up. I was going to put ornaments because these circles would make great ornaments, but you don't you don't transport a truck, your tree in a truck with ornaments on it. So it's going to stay plain like that. I might add some little gifts in there because in this set there's a cute little bow, and you could die cut little boxes and ribbon on here to make little presents. So I might throw some little presents in there, kind of a last minute idea, but I'm going to glue the truck in there and finish this off. I'm just kind of, I don't know how much glue I need. I'm just going to put a little bit like that, glue that in there because it's not a very big panel. I should probably go down a little bit, and I'll probably go back and do it a little bit better. Maybe down, because the tree would need to hang on to something, right? I'm thinking out loud here, people. Designing on the go. So, yeah, if I get a flat tire. So anyway, so there is taking it into a Christmas theme, even though it is very much, has a really cute Valentine feel to it with all of these hearts. This set comes with all of these hearts, which are so cute, but again, you can make it into this really cute Christmas. I think what I'm going to do is maybe just with marker put something like North Pole or Santa Claus as a license plate, and something. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish embellishing this, but I just love the idea of putting a tree in the back of the truck and making this Christmas. So there are the well, it's not two-dimensional, it's two-dimensional Christmas cards or Christmas ideas from these Valentine themes. So one is a little mailbox with little envelopes that you could write notes to Santa, or give a gift card, and then there's a truck. So those are my two projects for this live, and it's been kind of going pretty long. But before I go, I just wanted to mention again, let me move this aside, I don't know if you guys caught it. Let me get out a little bit on the camera. Mention again about our I'm in Pro decks and Magnetic Pro decks, and these are absolutely amazing. We just did a soft launch with them, meaning that everybody doesn't have it yet. We just wanted to get some feedback from people. These decks I've been using for quite a while now and demonstrating with them. I have some videos out. Amanda, you're absolutely right. Eggs in the back of these would be so cute too. But anyway, so I was talking about these decks. They are self-mending. So these have been cut into, and you can barely tell. They have gone through through a Gemini Junior, through a Vagabond 1, through a Big Shot machine, and our iMotion machine, which will be coming out soon. And this is how straight they are. I mean, take a look at that. They are amazingly straight through all of that again, my video will show, and I'm working on editing that down, but we did a demo where we cut and we cut and we cut over and over again on these, and these are the actual 2 decks that we used in the demo, and they look beautiful. So these are limited right now. Like I said, it was a soft launch, but they will be more. There will be more available in January, and they are our pro decks, self-mending pro decks, and they are just amazing. There may be some available on our website right now. You could look up the iMend Pro decks, because we're shipping currently, but we may be sold out right now. But they are amazing. So thank you everyone for watching. I will put these 2 here. These were really fun, and I wanted, oh, let me turn this around. So basically what I wanted to say or to demonstrate today was that when you see a die that maybe says Valentine, don't just think of it as a Valentine theme. Think of it for year-round, what you could do for Christmas. Put eggs in it, so it's a great Easter theme. The mailbox could be mailbox letters to the Easter Bunny. The truck, you can just do whatever you want. I mean, that could be a absolutely great Father's Day card. So there's just so many things you can do with these, and I just want people to think literally outside the box card. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.